Hello everyone, my name is Jing Xu. I'm from Fujian National University, and the topic I want to publish is a study on affecting influencer characteristics on purchase intention, focused on Chinese live commerce consumers, and then I will start my publication. This is contents, including introduction, theoretical background, research model, research hypothesis, empirical analysis, and conclusion. Next is introduction. In the network shopping, network users are more important is the reputation, business reputation, price, and another factors. IWOM is the word of mouth information formed by users using the internet to share their experiences with products or service. People with high professionality and high visibility in this part share their experiences and give comments and suggestions through live commerce channels, and they are also known as influencer. Influencer and the word of mouth communication will have an impact on consumers' purchasing intention with their relevant recommendation. The influencer in the live commerce platform give full play to their influence and communication power to share relevant products through the live commerce platform, and the products they recommend will be favored by consumers, thus stimulating the desire to buy and generating purchase intention. Similarly, when web users reach a state of flow, they feel interesting, happy, and engaged. Staying in shared space continues Earth. The longer one stays in shared space, the more likely one is to be exposed to more brands, products, advertisement. The follow experiences by consumers can have an impact on the perceived quality, engagement, or danger of the experienced brand or product, ultimately stimulating the purchase intention. Therefore, there is specific experience the influencer on consumers' purchase intention by using flow and perceived value and meeting facts, thus deeply exploring how influencer professionality, credibility, attractiveness, and interactivity have an impact on flow and perceived value, and how they influence purchase intention through flow and perceived value. Next is theoretical background. First is influencer characteristic. The traditional form of opinion leader is also weighing with the new means of online communication and the emergence of online opinion leader. Therefore, the opinion leader in this stage refers to the online opinion leader in live commerce. Influencers usually have rich experience in product purchase and experience and constant share their feeling in the periods of using products through social media and live commerce so that consumers can reach in order to make purchase. Second is professionality. Professionality refers to whether the information provider has the knowledge or ability to convey information, which is the degree to which it is processed by the information recipient. Consumers judge the professionality of online celebrities by the quality of content such as visibly photos or short videos, as well as the level of information content in their content, the content of replies, the number of replies and the number of follows. Professionality can have an effect on the communication between information providers and consumers. Next is credibility. Credibility is the degree to which an information provider can present his or her position, ideas, or opinions on a topic or focal issue. This interestingly and from a pure perspective. In recent years, with the intensification of business competing, the increase of false information due to market have also increased consumers' distrust. Therefore, the credibility of influencer can establish a bond of trust with consumers. Next is attractiveness. Information resource develop positive feeling toward attractive information providers and are more easily provided, and attractiveness of an information provider may be perceived not only physically but also from various characteristics of his intelligence, personality, and lifestyle, including physical attractiveness and psychological attractiveness. Next is interactivity. Interactivity can be defined as the multiple behavior of communications with others through media, which occur continuous between message provided and receiver, and between people and media, and between people in order to achieve mutual purposes. Next is follow. The success of online marketing relies on their ability for consumers to experience flow. When internet users reach a state of flow, they feel interesting, happy, and continue to stay in the online space. Once consumers are immersed, they have positive experiences, and a positive experiences later to repeat with it. And this positive experiences comes the driving force for repeat visit, even if it does not the consumers specifically. Next is perceived value. In the product domain, value is the consumers receive. The value perceived by different consumers for the same products is different. So they have purpose. The concept of perceived value to explain why consumers choose a product or service. The last one is purchase intention. Purchase intention is the subjective possibility of consumers' perception and attitude into behavior, and it's the probability of beliefs and attitude into purchase action. So the higher the purchase intention, the higher the probability of purchase action occurring. Next, I will introduce my research model and the research hypothesis. In this state, 4 characteristics of influencer: professionality, credibility, attractiveness, and interactivity. The research model shown in the figures. The hypothesis. Hypothesis H11. The professionality of influencer has a positive effect on flow. Hypothesis H12. The credibility of influencer has a positive effect on flow. Hypothesis H13. The attractiveness of influencer has a positive effect on flow. Hypothesis H14. The interactivity of influencer has a positive effect on flow. And hypothesis H21. The professionality of influencer has a positive effect on perceived value. Hypothesis H22. The credibility of influencer has a positive effect on the perceived value. Hypothesis H23. The attractiveness of influencer has a positive effect on perceived value. Hypothesis H24. The interactivity of influencer has a positive effect on perceived value. And hypothesis H3. Flow has a positive effect on purchase intention. Hypothesis H4. Perceived value has a positive effect on purchase intention. Next is empirical analysis. This is the data I collected. 156 questionnaires were distributed. 123 valid questionnaires were returned. In this study, PLS was used and the data study system considering the characteristics of the study. The fit is high if the R-square value is above 0.26. Medium if it is 0.26 to 0.13, and low if it is less than 0.13. Flow 0.524 and positive perceived value 0.604 can be opposite high and high. And purchase intention 0.642 can be opposed and high. Finally, the conclusion of the paper. This study focused on Chinese consumers and it is constructed a model with 4 characteristics of influencer and independent variables, the flow and perceived value and mediating whereabouts. On the purchase intentions of Chinese consumers in the live commerce. Professionality has no effect on flow. H11 is rejected. Attractiveness has no effect on flow. H13 is also rejected. All hypotheses except those is adaptive. Professionality has no effect on perceived value. H21 is rejected. All hypotheses except this is adapted. Flow positively influence purchase intention. H3 is adapted. Perceived value positive. Perceived value positively influence purchase intention. Each 4 is adapted. In the webcast, the influencer two-way interaction with consumers who can ask questions about the product, and the influencer responds positively to relevant questions, which can enhance consumers' flow to extent and thus stimulate purchase intention. However, the influencer professionality can introduce products professionality during the live commerce process, but their professionality does not enhance the flow of consumers. Similarly, the influencer attractiveness can increase their popular, but it does not increase consumers' flow. In the webcast, if the product recommended by the influencer is the most popular and value for money, slowly consumers will become more and more commentation dependent on the advice of the influencer. It will enhance the perceived value of consumers and their willingness to purchase to a great extent. However, the influencer professionalities cannot increase the perceived value of consumers. Perhaps the perceived value of consumers also comes from the product itself. The limitation of this study is that the characteristics of independent variable are eliminated. The characteristics of influencer are devised, and only 4 characteristics in this paper without including more, which will affect the study. Moreover, the sample size is small, which may affect the data of this study. In the future, I will improve these shortcomings to make the study more comprehensive. The last is the literature referenced in this paper. Thank you for your listening. Any question, please? Thank you.